peace, love, and light. This is Miles Megacyph. Mental energies gather and circulate in positive harmony. You are here at the Artist Must Try podcast, October 18th, 2024. There is a glitch in my camera. I have to update the camera. We'll do that soon. We are here tonight with a very special guest, with a friend of mine, colleague, co-worker, cohort, MC, songwriter, creative, Atlanta transplant, Valdosta native. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Make some noise for Jointdexter.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm happy that we were able to make this happen. This is our first nighttime interview. As y'all see, the light box is open, the blinds are opened, and we are here together. We are on screen together, on camera together. Brother, it's this is like my 8th interview, fairly early in the set of what I got going on, and I want to ask you. I want to thank you for being part of the squad. I want to thank you for all the work you're doing with the Vital Movement and just helping it run, making it go. You know what I'm saying? But this interview is going to take us in a little detour, okay? All right. I'm going to put you on camera by yourself for a couple questions.
That's cool.
And my first question to you is going to be, at what age, Jointdexter, at what age did you discover your creativity?
Probably like really young. I always been creative. But I would say I started rapping or being musically inclined when I was like 8. But, kids are always creative, so.
So before 8, you were already creative? You were doing something else, perhaps, before rapping?
Well, I guess I can't say I was creative, but I just think like my imagination was pretty big when I was little, so that's what I mean.
Okay. What was, my second question is, was this initial creativity the same medium you express yourself in today? So was there something that you remember doing as a child that was different? Like for me, I was an artist before, a visual artist, before I ever rapped. I drew, cartoon characters.
No, it was always music for me. It was music, because I couldn't draw. Okay. I couldn't draw at all.
And were you young, or how old were you when you began to take your artistry seriously?
I would say I just recently started taking it seriously. It'll be a recent thing.
Do you consider yourself young or old in this world or in this rap game?
Young or old? Both. I feel both. I feel like I'm young and old, honestly.
Okay.
Too young for certain things, too old for certain things.
All right. My next question was there a particular instance or life occurrence that initiated you to become more serious? If you only
yes, because like music, for example, or being an artist, it's something that I always felt I was, or I'll say I always was, but wasn't always acting in that space, because it's so many different aspects of life, and I wasn't really pursuing that, even it wasn't at the forefront of my mind for a long period of time. But what made me want to get back in it was just that I always told myself I would give my best effort for whatever it was that I wanted to do, and since music is what I wanted to do, I decided, all right, I got to at least try. I didn't want to die without at least giving my best effort first, especially knowing it was something that I really wanted to do and be a part of. So
when you were, let me go back a little bit. You said 8 years old you knew you wanted to do music. Who were your influences back at 8 years old?
50 Cent.
Oh, okay.
50 Cent, everybody wanted to be a gangster. Everybody wanted to be a gangster rapper or a gangster because of 50 Cent. 50 Cent was definitely one of my biggest influences.
Was there a particular song or album that stands out to you?
Nah, he just was like doing everything. He was like Drake before Drake, you know. Honestly, he was bigger than Drake. Like how Michael Jackson is bigger than Chris Brown. It's like he was way bigger than Drake. Like way bigger. We won't really know the different levels because there's no more physical sales. So so we won't be able to compare because it's all streaming now. So yeah, but 50 Cent was a big influence just because I don't know, he was just a big rapper at that time. I guess honestly, I really liked T.I. growing up. Really liked Lil Wayne.
I'm gonna hop on screen with you and just and say I think that 50 is still bigger than Aubrey. Curtis is still bigger than Aubrey. You know, he owns how many TV shows? You know, like 50 or something. I heard the other day he has like 50. He owns like 50 shows, which is out of this world. There's things that we shouldn't compete in, that we shouldn't enter. You know, competitions we just shouldn't enter. And
but I'd just be on a musical tip, like his impact. You know what I mean? Because he was doing clothes, video games, shoes, like
completely
everything, music, movies. Like he was really doing everything to be out there. You know.
So let the people know. Let the people give. You know what I'm saying? This is your chance. This is your platform for the people to connect to you. You know, that's why I create this. That's why I created this. The Artist Must Try podcast is about. I'm gonna get on here with my glitchy self. I'm hating my camera tonight, so I'm on the camera alone, and it looks wacky. But the Artist Must Try is about what is that thing about me, like, because here's my next question for you. I'm not going to ask you yet, but you know, it's what is that thing that's unique, so uniquely you, that if you didn't come out, if you didn't bring it forth to the world, if you didn't like say here I am, the world would suffer in some way almost. You know, that's what makes, like you mentioned Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, I think you mentioned 50 Cent and Drake. I mean, all of these people have touched tens of millions, if not hundreds, probably hundreds of millions of people. Michael Jackson certainly has touched billions of people. He's one of those, like, who transcends everything, you know, artistry and fashion and just the language. So, my next question is, how do you define your artistry? And I'm on camera alone, and I'm still on camera alone. How do you define your artistry, Mega Scythe? My artistry is liberation music. In a nutshell, that's what it is. My music is about liberating people, about liberating the human soul, liberating the human spirit, allowing us to be more free, be more loving, energizing more. This is what my music is about. Liberation, in a nutshell. That's how I define my artistry. Pretty much everything about me is for that reason. And when I'm not doing that, I don't feel whole and complete. You know, and I also would challenge people to be their most authentic selves with my music. My music is very raw in that sense. That's kind of who I am as a person, and so then I define my artistry as a very physical, like not visceral, superficial, but like very physical thing, a very physical thing. So I'm going to ask you. You don't have to give that much depth, but I like some depth to my answers, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get to know you a little bit. You know, this is like
for sure.
You know,
some answers don't require.
Okay.
You know,
cool.
Some answers don't require that, but
That's
the ones
cool.
that I can expand on, I definitely will.
Okay.
I definitely will.
All right. So now you're on camera, And I'm going to ask you, Jointdexter, how do you define your artistry? Your
I would
artistry.
define it as conscious music. Um, my goal with it is to like uplift others, to show people how to express themselves in a variety of ways, and to put out a good message and frequency into the universe. So that's pretty much what my goal is with my music, because I intend on doing that in a variety of different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want happy expression, sad expression, conscious expression, silly expression. Like, I want to show that it's okay to be all these things because we're all human. So, just to kind of give people more variety of ways to express themselves through the stories I tell and the things that happen to me that I'm sure that happens to everyone, because a lot of us have similar experiences. So that really be my goal with my music, you know. So whether I'm talking about something super conscious or being emotional and vulnerable, or talking about somebody throwing that ass, it's all about the expression and showing people that it's okay to be yourself and be authentic and express yourself however you decide to do that, you know. Because we're multifaceted, we're not just, you know, one way.
Yeah, the industry tries to put us in boxes, right? Have you? This next question is kind of in a different direction. Um, have you won any awards or accolades for your work?
Nah, I haven't won any awards yet, but I did get a plaque from Primrose. So that's cool.
That's
I
cool.
got my first plaque from Primrose.
I got one too. I got one too. We should. For the
Yes.
Pisces and Friends EP.
Shout out to Primrose.
I love this thing. Yeah, this is dope. Oh, I'm not on camera. Pisces and Friends EP. When are we gonna see the Pisces and Friends EP, Primrose? I want
People
to.
need it.
We need this. We
The
need
people
this.
asking for it.
We need this in the world, love. We need this in the world. Not to put you on Front Street. We all got things working. We all got things we do. I keep this here in the studio.
Yeah, I got mine put away. I don't want it to get messed up.
You know, got us on here, waiting. Got us on here waiting and looking for it. Primrose will be our feature at the Vital Movement December 4th. If you're here in Atlanta, you heard it here first. Um, So if you haven't received any awards or accolades yet, I'm shocked about that. You were on Battle of the Underdogs with me. That's where we met. You won your first. You won a battle. See, we don't recognize our wins, y'all. We have to recognize the small and the large wins. So you won a Battle of the Underdogs battle to be on the same night as
We
me.
won. We
both
won. We
won.
won
Yes, you
a
did.
showcase.
That's right.
But I didn't. The word award I equated with like the Smoke and Chill Awards are going on tonight,
Right.
and they're giving out awards to the like. So that's
So you would count something like that.
yeah.
Okay.
You know.
You know, we discount ourselves. We offer you're on camera with me now. We often discount ourselves. For things. Let me ask this next question. Can you tell us about one or more personal achievements or milestones you've reached? And see, these could be like small rewards.
Are we talking music or are we talking life?
Anything you want. This.
Oh, well, I just paid off a credit card. That's an achievement right there for me.
There you go. There you
Love
go.
being debt free. Debt free is awesome. And music wise, I've released 10 songs, so that's great. You know, I've made over 100 songs, so that's great.
That's a huge milestone
Yeah.
for a young artist.
Yeah, I'm trying to make like 500, but you know, it'd be expensive. It's coming up. It's coming. Because they say you got to do like 500 songs to like find your style. So, got a lot more music to make.
I do too. I have a lot more music to make as well. I haven't made 500 songs.
Yeah.
I don't have 500 songs,
Yeah.
but I think I have my
Got
style.
a new level to unlock there.
Yeah, for real. I really do. Maybe we can. That can be a mission.
For sure. Put it on the milestones board. I got a milestones board at the house with all my goals for like the year.
Talk to the people. Talk to the people.
Well, it's important to set goals. You can't get to where you want to go without like setting a direction.
So you have a. We're going to talk about this. So you have a milestones goal. You have a milestones board on your at your house.
Yeah.
And these are things that you want to reach over time. You have short-term goals and long-term goals.
Yeah. On the board, I got the short-term goals. The long-term ones, I need another board.
Okay. How far ahead does your board go?
Just a year.
Okay,
I review. Even when I have a literal board, it's just something I do every year to kind of like set myself on the right path.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all locked in with that. I hope y'all locking in. You know what I'm saying? These are gems you're getting. These are jewels from artists at different stages of their careers. And, you know, you're going to be able to look back at the roadmap and see how they got there. You know, it's a beautiful thing that we're capturing right here. How has your artistry impacted the world, my brother?
I would say so far, it's giving people a positive outlook on their mornings. You know, it's told people to think. Yeah. You ever seen Black TV before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of just thinking like that because I saw how I looked on here.
Okay.
I saw how I looked on here. I definitely saw it. Trust
That's
me.
cool. Okay.
You know, I definitely saw it. But staring into the camera the whole time, you don't want to.
No, this ain't Vlad. This ain't nothing like a Vlad interview, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking about camera position.
Okay.
You know.
No, so like when I say how has your artistry impacted the world, my camera right now is impacting my brain. It's like there's like a glitch that runs across the screen every so often.
But I would say it's impacted the world so far by giving number one, giving some people something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one of my goals, and so a lot of my music is getting people to think. You know, using words to get people to think, and it's giving people something to groove to and jam to. But I only released 10 songs, so I just got so much more to.
But your artistry is more than just your music, I want to say. So your artistry extends beyond the music that you put out. You know, it's your it's your character, it's your, you know, it's like how you carry yourself, right? Your character, it's your personality, it's, you know what I'm saying, how you interact with people, right?
Yeah.
So like you co-host an event with me, a weekly event. You've been doing that for some months now. You're a mover and shaker at Making It magazine. Like you're being
I can tell you something.
You're being very humble on this interview.
I can tell you one thing. Somebody DM'd me and they told me that it was about the movement, and they said thank you, and then they said we was making it fun again for them.
Thank you. So that's what I'm asking. I'm gonna put you on camera by yourself because like your artistry, how has that impacted the world, brother? Like you've been in Atlanta. It's interesting to see how you look at yourself, right? We often don't see our full light. So you've been in Atlanta. Has it been a year? Have you even been here a year yet?
Not yet.
You haven't been here a year.
No.
And you're working at Making It Mag. You went from intern to a position, right? You work there, or you're still interning?
I would still consider it the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, but you make it your own. You own it. Like I've had people walk up to me in this past month and say they think you. I've had a couple people who think you own Making It.
Yo, that's the same thing I thought about Primrose. Oh my God.
Isn't that funny?
Yo, when I met Primrose with those magazines, dude, I was like, the way she just spoke about it, like, you know, Making It bad, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, okay, so this must be her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've had a couple people ask me about
that's
you.
So
thinking,
funny.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
And that's the brother Kelby. Shout out to Kelby because he's made such an impact. You know what I'm saying?
That is so funny.
That is awesome. That is super awesome.
Well, I gotta clip that for sure. That is funny.
My next question is, how do you want your art to impact the world? So we went from how has your artistry impacted the world, and I think it's a lot more than you realize. And how do you want to impact the world with your art? You already answered this earlier.
Yeah, I just want to give people the light to express themselves. You know, we're in the era of a lot of creativity and expression of a lot of things or people that would have been deemed weird or is more acceptable or more like just exposed or celebrated. So, you know, for me, I would say for me, I want to give the world lessons in authenticity. You know, I want the world to be okay with being themselves. You know, I want my music to make people be like, you know, I'm me and I'm not trying to conform or change for somebody else. Like I love myself, I guess. So I guess teach people to love themselves more. If I went deeper into it, I think that would be it.
That's beautiful. There,
Yeah.
thank you. I don't like to put I don't like to put the box, right? I don't want to define what my guests are saying. I want you to I want it to come to you naturally. So that's a beautiful answer. Yeah.
For sure.
You want people to love themselves more. Well, that's I love it. Can you remember any difficulty or times in which you wanted to stop? It can be like any question in this interview. It doesn't just have to be about your music.
Shoot, I would say recently, you know, you know, the music industry is pretty expensive, and when you spend so much money into it, you know, and you know, I've been mentored about it, so like my perspective on it has changed from when I started and now. But I would say,
Share with the people because you know everybody can learn.
yeah,
And
that's what I was about to explain.
okay,
It's like you need money to make money, and when you ain't got no money and you're trying to make money or trying to make something shake, it can become very frustrating.
hmm.
So that's when the doubt starts creeping in, and should I be doing something? They'll start creeping in, and you gotta really decipher if you really want it or not.
Hmm.
You know, you gotta really decipher like,
Right.
do I really want this? Is this really what I want? Because it's easy to say you want it when everything's going good or when things are positive, but when everything starts, you know, not going to either the way you want it, or you're not getting the results you want, or money's been spent and the time's been spent, and you just trying to figure it out. That's when you got a choice to make. So
Speaking on it.
that would be the difficulty I had to face, and just mentally be like, well, I knew it wasn't going to be an instant win. So this is just a part of the journey, you know. So that's how I look at it now.
Okay. And so you to just go to just piggyback on that. You where did you find your stability? How did you find or how did you find? Do you think you have found stability?
No, I just was patient. You know, life has ups and downs.
Ah,
So I know the up is coming. So it's like it's all about being patient. You know, how patient can you be? You know, you know, because it's not going to be an instant thing.
it's a marathon.
Yeah.
It's
So
definitely a marathon.
got to really understand patience. You know, it's to keep the vision in front of you.
I'm gonna take the camera from you and say, get up, don't get fed up, don't get ate up, wait up before you get up, get your weight up. So yeah, you gotta when they're trying to kick you down, and your friends, your family, or your foes are trying to take it from you. It comes down to whether it's your heart, right? Or is this heart energy you're putting out to the world, y'all? Or is this like mind? Is this like thought energy? Is this like something, you know, is this like a business deal for you? Or is this something that you truly love and you can't give up? You know what I'm saying? Because that defines many times whether you're going to be here at the end of the day, or you're going to be one of the ones who walks away and leaves it alone. You know, I've known a lot of great artists who aren't doing it anymore because it became unfeasible. You know what I'm saying? Financially, and that was their breaking point. You know, um, I've been here for almost 3 decades now doing music, and I'm still what I consider an artist trying to break out. I haven't broken out yet. I have no beyond my circle of friends tap in. You know what I'm saying? And so there have been many times that I have thought of, wow, how, like, why am I doing this? Or how am I doing this? And it always follows up with, there's nothing else I can do. It's like there's like, it's my driving force. It's every time I pray, it's clear to me that this is my purpose for being here. So I'm just here trying again and creating platforms for y'all, and ready to share. So you deal with the glitches, you deal with the problems that you deal with the things that don't work well, and you just make them work, and you keep going. If this is what you care for, because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and the only way to finish, the only way to get to the end, to win, is to finish. Once you get past a certain point, you're like winning. So you just have to keep going. All right, I'm gonna give you a screen back. You'll probably be on this camera the rest of the interview. All right, it's your interview, not mine. But I do like to take a couple of moments in there and just speak. All right, and this will be remembered in posterity forever. You get to work on one project, anything you want, with any artist from any discipline, from any era. All right, and you are going to tell the people who that artist is and why. You got me? You got the question?
Yeah, you want me to tell you the artist in the project or just the artist?
I want you to tell me who the artist is that you want to work with and why.
Or who would I want to work with?
Yep,
Like Kanye.
From any era, any artist from any era,
Yeah,
any
Kanye.
genre. That's
Yeah,
Kanye?
it would be Kanye.
Okay.
It's my favorite artist.
Okay. And that's why? That's the why? It's
Yeah,
Kanye
my favorite
because it's your
artist.
favorite artist?
Probably my biggest inspiration as an artist.
In what way? Why?
Mhm.
Like,
I like the way he made his art feel. Like after, because this is what I was a 50 Cent fan, and then I would say when Graduation came out, I was more of a Kanye fan from that point forward. So before Kanye, I was a super big 50 Cent fan, just because he was like the Michael Jordan of rap at the time. It was his time, you know. But Kanye, I liked him because he spoke about real shit. So that's why I liked him. He was very real and relatable with what he was saying, especially when he first came out. And what I loved is his development, how his art kept changing. That's something I like to do, is make sure I change, which is why it's so hard for me to define my style, because you know I plan on going through so many different phases and styles. So it's hard for me to be, because I haven't made enough songs yet to be able to give you like, okay, I'm going this direction or this direction. I want to go everywhere. So I love that he changes up his sound, the style, the imagery. Love the way his art is presented and the confidence. It was really the confidence and the self love, you know. So that's why he's my favorite artist, and that's why I want to work with him, because I just wonder what that would even sound like.
dope. That's why I asked the questions the way I asked, because those are the answers I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't. He was my favorite artist. No, get out of here with that interview. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody else's interview. Um, what sources do you use for inspiration, and or how do you continue? So you asked me this question when we met. You asked me, how do you continue? And so I'm going to ask you, what sources do you use for inspiration, and how do you continue?
I use the people around me. I use the artists I'm inspired by. I use music. Uh, that's what I use to inspire me, like the life, you know, people, relationships, everything. That's all my inspiration. And then the music I listen to, of course, you know. And then what was the other question?
How do you continue?
Like I
the
said
same.
about the last question, just make a decision and stick it to it. I like to see. I like to when I set a goal or whatever. I like to see it through.
You like to finish things.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like to see it through.
very cool. Um, already know who or what have been your biggest influences. I would say 50 Cent, Kanye, um,
Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick
Kid
Lamar,
Cudi,
Kid Cudi.
Wu Tang Clan.
You
I
told
like all
me
sorts of
Lil
music.
Wayne, Lil Wayne.
Lil
Back you
Wayne,
told me
Daft
before.
Punk,
Okay.
Cage the Elephant, the Black Keys. I like all
Oh
sorts
yeah,
of
there
music.
you go. Get out of okay. What genre? So in this
Those are
question,
rock bands.
I know in
Tenacious
this.
D.
So you're only giving me hip hop, or but yeah, you said some other bands in there. Cool. You play guitar, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been playing guitar?
On and off for a couple of years, but I'm not. I also I play it because I can't play more than a few songs.
But you picked it up to learn melodies, or what?
Just because I love the guitar.
Okay.
Wanted to play it since I was little.
And my next question is, can you describe your creative process?
My creative process involves. I'm trying to learn how to create outside of feelings, because usually I like to create from a blank. Like some people like to create with feelings, and there's no wrong way to do it. But I like to be able to like sit back and just choose the emotion rather than let the emotion, you know. If I had access to a studio or more studio time, then maybe I'd be more feeling. You know what I mean? I just go in the studio, go in the booth, and just see what I come up with. But seeing as that's not how I don't have access to that right now, I have to be particular about what I go and record. So I'll start with finding a beat I like. You know what I'm saying? After I find a beat, I'll find the cadence or a cadence or melody, and then after I find that, I'll go put the words in. So that's pretty much my process on making songs. Now, as far as like the things around the songs, like maybe like photo shoots and music videos, I've been taking. I was going to take like the practical route, like La Russell, kind of like doing very practical videos, like just rapping in different places. Um, but I want to eventually get to like more creative storytelling and more creative visual imagery. Like that's just makes people like wow.
I agree with that.
So, but I'm doing what I can with what I got. So the practical way is the best way first. Let me get really good at that, and then
That's right.
shift it to something more cinematic.
Yeah, beautiful. You. It sounds like your mentors are teaching you, sharing some good gems with you.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Got a
Yeah,
lot of good people.
for real, for real. Great circle. Um, do you create continually? Do you create seasonally or sporadically?
Definitely sporadically.
Okay.
I'll probably make 10 songs in 1 second or one day, rather than make like one day here, one day. But I'm trying to be more consistent. That's my goal. Be more consistent with my writing. Like I wrote something this morning. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Or I at least went through all my beats and just
Okay.
tried. Like, okay, let's see if it comes to me today. How's it feeling? So some
When,
of it came.
when I was younger, I don't do it anymore. But when I was younger, I wrote every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote. There were. I have. I don't know if I still have them. I think I do in that closet right there. A bag full of notebooks, like my old notebooks. I used to write every day, but I haven't done that for many years. But it's a good habit to be in, to write every single day.
Yeah, it makes you a better writer, a better
Yeah,
artist. Like, that's my goal.
easier to create. It's
Hmm.
easier to create if you're writing all the time. If you're freestyling all the time, or if you're definitely, we should be reading every day. We should be reading and learning. Do you? I know your creative goals. Do you have, or what are your creative goals? You want to have the world love itself more. You want people to love themselves more. What are your creative goals? Do you have creative goals?
When you say creative goal, like, what you mean?
Like, you know how I want to create a factory. You know what I'm saying? I want to create like a, you know, like like doing what we're doing on a larger scale and scaling that up, showing artists how to do that.
When you
You
say it's
know,
more of a business goal?
yeah. Like, what are your creative goals? Like, so if you ask me what my creative goals are, like, I want to. you know, I want to blah blah blah. I want to sell 10 million albums. I want to have a Grammy. I want to be on the cover of Billboard magazine. I want to do at least two world tours with my
I
music.
would like to just be able to make a living doing what I enjoy doing, which is making music or being a creative person or just being around creative people that do cool things that they want to do. I guess doing what I choose to do is like the goal, like so whatever that may be. So I guess if I were to get specific,
We got to get specific to get it.
I would say specific, it would be to just make money
To
or
get
to make a living.
to get what you want. To get what you want in this life. To get what you want in this world, you have to be specific. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with being specific.
Yeah, well, specifically,
What
I
do
want
you
to make a
what
living.
what that's it?
Yeah, I want to make a living doing music.
Doing your music.
Yeah, I want to
Just
be able
just a
to.
living. A living. Some people make
If I made
50,000 a
between
year.
if I made between 70 to 100K a year off my music, I would be happy. I'd be happy because I'm doing what I love. Because I'm making that. I'm making like 50 to 70 just doing regular jobs. If I could do that doing music, that's a win. I used to be like, oh, I have to be millions and millions, but no. If I could literally live the same life I'm living, but all the money was coming from music, that's a win to me.
That makes sense with your mission in life as well. Then it makes sense with your mission because it's truly achievable. If happiness for you doesn't require, big expensive things and
Yeah,
you know
nah, I had to get over that real young because that's not what's important. A relationship is more important. Like the people around you are more important. Like being there for others. Now, the reason I the reason I would ever want riches is really to help other people. Honestly, that would be why I would want to be rich. It wouldn't be for me to be flexing. It would be like, okay, this person needs this. Here you go. This person needs help with this. Here you go. That would be what I would want to be rich for. But just being rich just to be rich is I could be happy with a stick in the forest. You know what I mean? Like I could be happy with less. So I don't allow material possessions or fame or whatever to be my driving force.
So this is not one of my questions. I've only got three questions left. It's a wonderful interview. It's now 10:50. I think we started at around 10 or something like that. I don't remember. We've been going for 37 minutes. So I have three more questions for you, but I'm gonna add another question in. Are you? Because I don't know the answer to this. Are you religious or are you spiritual? What is your? Do you have a
I
belief
don't like
system?
really having a label on it. But if I had to give a label, if you want to be technical, I guess the technical word would be agnostic. So I don't believe or disbelieve in anything. It could all be true. It could all be false.
Okay.
The only way we'll know is when we die because that's what it all boils down to. What you think's gonna happen either after we die. You know what I mean? Because you know what this reality is physically and stuff, the limits, or at least no, we don't. We discover new things every day, but for the most part, we know like what goes up comes down. Gravity or whatever. But I was raised religiously. You know what I'm saying? I was
Hmm.
raised religiously, and if you were to ask somebody else, they say I'm like spiritual. But like I don't. I'm not. I'm
Do you
never
know
gonna
about?
say.
Have you? Do you know about Buddhism? Do you know anything about Buddhism?
I probably read about it before, but don't. I didn't retain the information.
A lot of what you mm, Taoism or something speak about sounds like Buddhism or Taoism.
Okay.
Like just like kind of like being more loving and peaceful and allowing things to be as they are and not putting labels or titles on things and appreciating life. Like your view of happiness and your goal with your music is like it's like a Buddhist rap or something.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
know.
Well, yeah, that's amazing. I'll take that. It's more so of like I spent so long looking for answers to the universe and all the secrets and how to control my. But it's like you never really find the answers. So you probably better off finding some acceptance. You know what I mean? Maybe find some enlightenment because the answers who knows when you go find them? But then if you get them, who knows how that's going to affect you, man? It's like you ask for more awareness, and then you get more awareness, and then you like, fuck, I wish I didn't have as much awareness. You know what I mean? So, but,
Facts.
yeah, be careful.
Okay. Last few questions. I want to thank you. In case I forget, thank you for joining me on
I'm
this
happy to be here.
podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the podcast. I appreciate it. Are you able to, and I know the answer already, are you able to create on the spot? Are you,
Yeah, I could, but it's much better when I have some time to get ready.
okay.
Yeah, but I definitely could. I have many times. You know, the only thing I hate is about making music and you freestyle it and coming off the top is when you leave the studio and you go, I should have said this. Oh man, where was this line when I needed it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you write it and you already cool with what you wrote, you know. And then sometimes you might write something and have to change something because it is all right, I feel right. But when you wrote it already, you already done pre-approved it. It's just more efficient. It's like I already know, I already believe in what I'm saying. I already know what I'm saying. It's all about the delivery now. You know, you can put the feeling into it at that point.
Yeah.
But you know,
Freestyle does bring more. Usually brings more feeling.
for sure, it's more of a flow. But at the same time, I've kind of learned like as long as you perform the track, how you gonna be performing it on the stage, it's gonna translate.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you need to do. As long as you do that, it'll work.
Do you have any words of advice for any artists who might be seeing this in the future? Do you have any words of advice?
It's okay to do this as a hobby. You know, if you're an artist, you don't have to be a multi-millionaire artist. You know, it's okay to do this as a hobby, but it's also okay to do this seriously as well. But you don't have to get confused about what you want to do. I think you know if you're serious or not. You know, and if you're serious, be serious and enjoy the serious route. You know, and if you're having fun with it and you just like to have fun, just have fun and then support the serious artists. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think the difference is? Because that sounds like it's exactly what it sounds like. Kelby,
that's
that's
dope.
Where I got it from. I agree with it. But what do you think the difference is?
The difference between somebody who's serious and someone who's not is the person who does the work, does the research, and applies it. You know, and then it's like
that's the serious person.
Yeah, because the hobbyist is just doing it for fun, like, and that's fine. The serious person, I can give you a perfect example because I was just talking to Kelby the other day. It was something you had talked about. It was about like certain artists having certain things that they like. Yoshi has the top hat, or you got your hair, or Kanye had like the Louis Vuitton and the backpack, and you know Lil Wayne got the face tats, right? Everybody got it. So I was just telling them, we were just discussing like, do you have to have that, or what could mine be? And then I told him, I said something like, this is exactly what I said. I was like, what if I want to just, because I like to have fun, and like I said, I like to show the expression and be authentic and fearless, right? So, like, I want to get on the stage in the Spider-Man costume. Like, I want to, like, that's me. I'm crazy like that. Like, even though my music may not sound like a crazy person, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just like the visual aspect of it, like a very punk rock, even though my lyrics are my musical style yet isn't punk rock, right? But I'm very, very much as a person, very punk rock, very punk. You know what I mean? So I was like, shit, I might want to wear a costume or wear this or that, right? He's like, like a hobbyist, right? And I was like, oh. I was like, oh, I get it now. Sometimes you're going to have to do some shit you don't want to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're taking it serious, and that's what I mean. Like, that little light bulb moment of like, oh, okay, so if I'm not doing punk music right now, I can't try to portray a punk image. It doesn't go with the brand. It doesn't go with the market. It doesn't make sense. You know, it wasn't that I can't wear the costumes or whatever, but it was more so of like doing something just for the sake of it doesn't make sense when you're trying to take this serious. You have to make it make sense. You have to play to your market,
There
play
has
to
to
your
be a
fan
reason
base.
for. There's a reason
Yeah,
for everything.
yeah, yeah. So if I was gonna do that and be punk, then my music would have to reflect that. Okay, why is he wearing a costume? Because he's crazy. Like, listen to his lyrics, listen to his music. Like,
Yeah.
look at him how he's performing. Like, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's got to be a reason.
Exactly.
People are always going to ask a question.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Like, just simple things like that. Like, could you accept that? Like, okay, this is the style I have to focus on. This is the genre I have to focus. It doesn't mean you can't make something else, but it's like understanding there's certain ways that you have to go about this to make it work, and being willing to do it even if it ain't the funnest, or even if sometimes it ain't what you wanted to do.
And that's the serious artist because, yeah, because they're trying to make it work.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna bring myself back on camera for the end of the show. The glitch is too bad at this point. So you're gonna take us out of here. Please tell us anything about yourself, or please tell us anything that that you want the people to know at this time that I didn't ask. If there's anything that I didn't ask that you want people to know.
So to know about Jointdexter. I am for the people. I'm here to entertain and to serve and to love and to help people come together. That's part of my mission and my goal, to bring people together. Allow people to be themselves, show people that it's okay to be themselves, show people it's okay to be authentic and real. You don't have to be a caricature unless you want to be a caricature. You don't, like, the world is turning everybody into cartoon characters. It's okay to be a normal person. You don't have to be crazy just because everybody else is crazy. But if you are crazy, be crazy and be happy that you're crazy.
Yo, Joint, I'm so happy that we got to have you sit in the red chair today. Thank you for being on the Artist Must Try podcast, where intentions, I'm going to share the screen with you so people can see the glitch that I'm talking about, where it's intentions over productions, because at the end of the day, everything you do will be counted against what you tried to do. So remember that, okay, y'all? Like, a lot of people put the production before the intention, but the intention has to be there, okay? It's intentions over productions. Your intentions at the end of the day are getting divided by the effort that you put into them, all right? And that is how we will all be measured. So thank you for being on this podcast with me. Thank you for sitting in the red chair. I appreciate you, and thank you for being my brother in this journey right now. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Thank you.